I can go next. I have a few AI demos, I think one of which Colin might appreciate about filters. Let me share my screen. Um, so there's been a few just general bugs with AI around generating invalid queries and invalid filters that don't run or might crash the page. And so this is on Playground, and I want to just give you an example of this. So it's like filter by last 15 hours. And if it does what it's expected to do, it's going to crash the page when it finishes loading. Great. So it tried to generate a filter that's invalid, crash the page. And this is kind of a larger issue with the AI where we generate a query and we just shove it in and don't really validate it at all. And so this last couple of days, I've been working on validation for AI generated queries. So now I'm on my local test Thunder Salmon. So let's run, let's say like filter by last 15 hours. And what it's going to end up doing is ideally generating a custom filter for this value. Great. And if I want to get even more creative with this filter, I can say like filter by 30 minutes ago or 5 minutes. And it's going to be able to generate another custom filter for that range. So these things are typically like pretty difficult to do in the UI. And now it's going to have some additional validation and checks and make sure we generate the right filter and put that into the app. And then the other piece of this validation, which I'm really excited about, is a little pre-recorded video because it's on a different branch, is using the query planner to validate the queries that we generate, to make sure that all the fields are valid filters, everything like that. So I have a little video here where you can see generate a query with the field products count greater than 5. And I don't have products count in my topic here. Previously, this would just generate an invalid query and try to run it automatically. But now that we have validation from the query planner, it's going to come back and say, hey, you don't have that field in your topic, so we can't generate a valid query with that. But what you can do is you can click try again, and it's going to take that error message that the AI spat out and then feed that back in and say, next time I try to answer your question, let me take into account the fact that I got an error. And then it'll generate a valid query ideally the second time around. So it'll try to fix the error that the query planner provided. And this is all in a larger kind of push to improve the quality of AI responses as we end up starting to add or migrate all the AI stuff into this nice little sidebar, which I'm working on as well. So instead of having this little bar up here, we're going to move into more of a chat interface, which Jared has been helping design. Yeah, so those are the updates there.
Can we teach it to use like our compound filters and stuff like that? Like if it like I'm just thinking through like some of the really hard stuff is like I want weekdays this year. Um and like I don't even know if our filters can do that. Maybe they can, but like certainly there's grammar somewhere that can go say like pick these 5 days of the week and also filter for this year. But I'm wondering sort of like how hard or easy if we did want to, let someone do anything like that would be.
Conceptually, it seems very feasible. And a lot of this work is hopefully laying the groundwork to be able to make that easier to build. But those could be my famous last words.